Good morning, friends. So I had this silly idea of offering to bring a cake or something to an event, and I was asked for a lemon meringue pie. Never made a lemon meringue pie in my life, so if this goes wrong, we'll go buy one. But this is going to be my attempt. So we're going to start with a pastry, and we need 1 3/4 cups of flour. There we go. We need 3/4 cup of butter. I'm just using the dairy-free butter because that's what we've got. Oh, we're being tuneful. Something's being tuneful. Don't know what it is, but something is. So here we go. Last one. Right. I'm gonna rub these together to get a nice coarse crumb. Before it starts to come together too much, I'm gonna add some sugar. Our recipe says caster sugar. No, it doesn't. Our recipe says icing sugar, which I haven't got. So we're using caster sugar instead. I've just used about a tablespoon of sugar there. And then for this type of pastry, we're going to add an egg. And then it'll all come together. Roll it out and then refrigerate it. There we go. Just put my scraps in the bowl. So it is 1 large egg that we've put in here. And actually my dough is a bit sticky, so I'm going to add another tablespoon or 2 of flour. A tablespoon. Add that in. That's better. All right. Go a nice smooth dough. I'm just going to get rid of the bowl. flour. Remove the butter lid. And we're just going to roll this out to fit the pie tin that we've got. Some more things. So you want this about 3mm thick. Alright, stick that in the middle. Oh no. And this is why the dough goes in the fridge. I'm just going to stick a little bit of butter on here. Alright. A little bit of patchwork. Just to get it up and over the edge a bit. So we're going to stick this in the fridge. Get my air bubbles out. About 30 minutes. And we'll be back. Good. This is not TV, so I haven't got a... Here's one I made earlier. This is YouTube, people. So next up, we're going to make the... We're going to make the filling. So what we need to do is clear off the top of this. Breaking things. Alright, so for this we need 450 ml of water. Let me take my gloves off. Which I've got in a jug here. And we're going to bring this to the boil. So add half of that in just now, just to let it boil a bit quicker, and then add the rest. So we'll give this a minute because the water pot never boils, so I'll be back in just a second when it does start to boil. Okay, so we're just starting to boil there now. So in here I've got the juice of 4 lemons and the zest of 3. And then we're going to add 2/3 of a cup of corn flour. We're going to just mix this into a paste. Right. There we go. All done. And now we're gonna add it to the boiling water. I'm gonna cook this until it has thickened. Oh, that's already getting thick. Wow. Should have gotten a bigger pan. That's what you get. Eesh. Absolutely should have gotten a bigger pan. Because I thought that was going to take a couple of minutes. But you can see that's kind of like a jelly-ish. I don't know how to describe that texture. I really don't. Alright. And then we are going to, I'm going to turn that heat off for just a sec. Oh yeah, trying to remember what to do now. Remove it from the heat, and then we're going to mix together. Quickly rinse this out. So we're going to mix together the 6 egg yolks, dip them in and then spread that out in a sec, and 250 grams, which is 1.25 cups of sugar. Again, I'm just using caster sugar. I'm going to mix these together. My whisk is in the lemon stuff. And mixing all this together is going to create your lemon custard in the center of your lemon meringue. Right. And then in a bowl, we need a bowl. No, we only have the pastry bowl. We need a bowl. bowl, we are going to, just need to move the camera a little bit. There we go. So in a bowl, we're going to combine the sugar and egg mixture with the lemon mixture. Get the sugar and egg mixture off. Yep, there we go. That's what it is. Right, and we're just gonna put this into a bowl. We should have done in the first place. Really should have done that in the first place, but oh well. So, that's the sugar and egg. And then we're going to mix in the lemon mixture just a little bit at a time because I do not want to scramble these yolks. Because the lemon mixture is still red hot. So that's them tempered and fully mixed through. All right. If I was to just dump that all in to start with, of course my egg yolks would scramble. And nobody wants scrambled egg yolks in a lemon meringue, of course you don't. There we go. And then I'm just going to set that aside. So you should be able to create, and if I can I show the camera? Can I? We're going to have a look. We're going to do this while we're still recording, make a mess of things. So, in there, I realise you can't see that properly. There we go. So you should get ribbons. You can see where I've just poured that down. And that's where we're at. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside and go and grab the pastry. Delish. Okay, so we've just pulled the pastry out of the fridge. And now we're going to blind bake. So all I've done is I've gotten some parchment to fit the pastry, fit over the pastry, and I've scrambled it. Pro tip: scrambled paper fits everywhere. Go. That fits lovely. And then an odd tip, I'll give you that. So I don't have baking beans. Don't use them, but this needs blind baked. So we're just gonna find some fully metal spoons in here to weight it down. Yes, go on, kick off. Go on, I can hear you. I can already hear you. But it's a quick and easy way when you don't have baking beans to blind bake with. So we've got the oven on at 180. We're going to cook this for about 15 minutes. Take the parchment off and then cook for a further 5. So we'll get it in the oven and you'll see it when it's done. Into the oven we go, middle shelf as always. Onto the meringue. So we've got 4 egg whites in there, and we're gonna put this on and create a racket. So we're looking for this to turn frothy. So the egg whites are just starting to bubble up. So I'm going to start adding sugar a little bit at a time. And we've got 1 cup of sugar. I've got the mixer on speed 2, so you'll see how long this takes. Okie dokie, that's looking lovely. Still needs to whip up a bit more though. And in here I've got 2 teaspoons of corn flour. So I'm going to sprinkle this in. And while it's mixing. Right. We're just gonna check it. Where are we at? Nope, not quite yet. What have I done with it? There we go. We are very almost there, but we're gonna have to take a break just a second because I need to get the pastry out. Well, I'm gonna get the pastry out, take the parchment off, so we'll give that another minute. thick, nice and snowy. Yep, we like the look of that. Okay then. So that's the meringue done. And it's just, oh, you can't even see. There we go. Just at a soft peak. Right. This time we're going to go get the pastry out. So here we are then with the baked pastry. We blind baked it with the spoons and everything in. Yes, I know you're going to get me wrong. It's fine. For 15 minutes, took the spoons out, given an extra 5. And now we're going to add this delicious lemony custard that we made before. We're just going to pour this in. You can see how lovely and thick that's become. I'm just going to spread it out evenly. I hope to God this tastes nice. I'm not even going to get a chance to taste it. I should have made another one, a smaller one. Oopsie diddles. Never thought of that. So, we'll see. The proof is in the pudding, as they say, but this mama ain't trying this pudding. So, just smooth that out. Delicious. Now I'm going to quickly rinse this spoon off. No, I'm not. I'm going to be lazy. I'm going to get the other one. And now we have the meringue. And I realise you can't see what I'm doing because that's in the way. And we're just going to gently spoon the meringue on top. Okay. So just being careful not to knock any of the air out or anything. Just spoon it all on. Doesn't matter what it looks like, we're going to create some pretty patterns. Right, nearly done. Nearly there, love. Nearly there. Delicious and all sorts of yummy. What am I saying? I don't even like lemon meringue, so yeah, okay. Delicious for other people is how we'll go with that. Grab the back of a knife. Right. Now we're going to push this to the outer edge to cover the lemonness. Lemonness? Yeah, the lemon custard bit, the lemonness. I'm just going to push it out nice and gently. Yep, we've got leakage, we've got to run away. Come on, people. Doesn't want to do as it's told. It certainly does not. Okay, and then we're just gonna spread this out so it's even, because we don't want a chunk of uncooked egg in the middle. Okie dokie then. Right, and we're just gonna create some peaks. There we go. Right, now we're going to put this into the oven at 170 for around 15 minutes. And I'll come back and show you how it looks when it's done. How delicious does that look? It actually does. Okay, then let's get this out of the oven. Woohoo! And that is hot. Lovely. So as I said, we're not going to have this. This is for somebody else. But that looks delish. Absolutely yummy. And we're going to let this sit and cool. And it does say to cool it completely before slicing or serve just slightly warm. And obviously that's going to be red hot. So we're going to put it to the side to cool. Next up then, we are going to make some stotties. You heard of stotties? Everybody should know what stotties are, really. But not everybody does. So a stottie is a very common thing up here in the north. It's a bread bun. How else do you explain it? No, I don't know how else to explain it. Stottie is just a nice nice big bread bun. So we've got 5 cups of bread flour in here. Again, this is another recipe I've never made before, but we're gonna give it a go. So stay with me, stay with me. And we're gonna use a teaspoon. Is it a teaspoon? It is, yes, it's a teaspoon of salt. So this is my half teaspoon measure, so obviously put 2 of them in. And then we need, it says white pepper. Now, guess what I haven't got? Use what you've got. It says about half a teaspoon of that. Then we're going to combine this water. So we've got 3/4 of a cup of water and half a cup of milk. I'm just gonna mix them together. The water was way too warm, so hopefully the milk will cool it down. Yeah, that's about right. And then we're gonna chuck our yeast into here. So this is 2 packages of yeast, about 14 grams. Can't remember what it works out as in tablespoons. Tablespoons? I think it's 1.5 tablespoons. I'm just gonna mix that together. And then we'll put some sugar in to feed it. I'm hoping these work because I'm using the wrong yeast. You're meant to use active dry yeast, and all I've got is Easy Bake, so probably should have done this in the bread maker. But oh well. So I'm just gonna stir these together. Realize you can't quite see what I'm doing here. So that's just the milk, the water, and the yeast. And then we're going to add a teaspoon of, oh dear me, sugar into here. Once we get this bit off, because we've got some yeast that doesn't want to go into the bowl. What is that advert? Get in the bowl. Right, so we need a teaspoon. Hang on. We've got half a teaspoon again of sugar, so we're going to use, it is 1 teaspoon of sugar. So I'll put 2 of these in. Right, that's that done. I'll just keep stirring this up a touch. Then we'll combine the whole lot. And we're gonna knead it for about 10 minutes. And then let it rest for an hour. Knock it down. Divide it up and then leave it for, I think it's just another 10 to 15 minutes. I'll tell you when we get there. Right, so that's going to do for that. And then we're just going to pour the whole mixture into here. And I'm going to go and get some gloves on. Why do you wear gloves, Kaz? Well, I can't stand the feeling of wet flour. I absolutely hate it. So I don't touch wet flour. So stick gloves on instead. Makes my life easier, makes cleaning my hands quicker. Just take off the pair of gloves, quick wash. There we go, done. Alright, so we're just gonna mix this all up. This doesn't look right, does it? It looks very dry. It does. It smells like bread though, so we're good. We shall be good. I think what I'm going to do is add a touch more warm water, just to see if it'll all come together. Yes, I think I will. So I'll grab some more warm water and I'll be back in a sec. So I'm just adding a little bit of dribbles to this. Just doesn't look right. Where did we go wrong? See, this is what happens when you try a new recipe out on camera. It doesn't go well. It's fine, we will work and adapt. Yep. Right, it's finally come together. So, yeah, I'd use about a cup of water. Not the 3/4 of a cup that it says. It's fine, we're just knocking stacks of dishes over. I'm just gonna knead this for a couple of minutes. I could put it in the mixer and get it to knead that way, but we'll do it this way instead. Could have just put the whole thing in the mixer. Could have. I said, ooh, not on the camera. That is some kind of workout. This is why I like my bread maker. It does all this stuff for me. Oh, now there's a thought. Can I do stotties in the bread maker? And get the bread just to make the dough for me. We're gonna have to give it a go, people. We are. So we'll see how these turn out, and then I'll do a batch in the bread maker when I have some time. So this should be a nice smooth ball. We'll see how that turns out. We do not have high hopes, Scotty. Right, that's very dense. It is, and very dry. So we're not going to hold out too many hopes on this, but we're going to cover it and let it rest. Back in its bowl it goes. I'm going to let that rest for an hour. While we're letting that rest, we're going to make some English muffins. Watch this. And now we're on English muffins. This is where we're at. This is what we're doing today. So I've got some milk warming up in a pan. So you just want it to go until it slightly bubbles. I'm adding 2 tablespoons of sugar. I'm going to stir this in and dissolve it. I've got a half tablespoon measure, so that's where we're at with that. At the same time, I'm going to chuck in the yeast, which again is another 7 grams, into a cup of warm water. And then we're going to let the milk cool back down to lukewarm. There we go. Now we'll turn the heat off. Right. Stir in this yeast. Alright. We'll just let that sit for a minute. Oh, you do get it. Clear some space on here a moment. we're going to have to move things about. Now, this one I think is odd because we're using yeast, but we're also using plain flour. I can't figure that bit out, but that's what we're doing. Right, so we need 6 cups of plain flour. And that's what we're going to do here. I should have already measured this out, really. Because now I'm going to make a mess. 1. Count with me, people. Count with me. That was on one of them kids' TV shows, wasn't it? On a Saturday morning. Count with me. 1 banana, 2 bananas. No, stop it. That's 3. Oh, I keep myself entertained, I do. I hope I entertain you lot too. 4. 5. And 6. Right. So, done the white sugar, we've got the milk, got the flour, we've got the melted shortening. I can show you that while we're in. So I went and ordered this on Amazon because I couldn't find vegetable shortening anywhere. So I know we used to have a brand in the UK called Trex. Trying to find Trex right now is impossible. So that didn't go to plan. But anyway. And I don't have cornmeal to put it on later. So tough luck on that one. We'll live. So we've done the milk. We've got warm water and yeast. We've got that right here. And then we're going to combine the milk mixture, the yeast mixture. 3 cups of flour. What? Why have you got us on 6? What have I done here? Ah, right, okay, so I only need half of the flour. That's my fault. Oopsie diddles. Didn't figure that one out. So, we will take out 3 cups of flour. That's 1. This is what I get, you know, for not paying attention. So these will probably never go into my recipe books because I think I'm going to break them all. Once I've made them, I might find another way. My own way. So once I've made them, I'll have to play about with everything that I can. Yeah. Right. So we've now taken 3 cups of flour. Right. I need space. I'm running out of space. Right, so we're going to combine the milk, the yeasty water, the flour and the shortening, and the salt. And the salt goes in later. Right, okay. Let's see, where does the salt go? Oh, we have a knock at the door, we do. Ha, I need more gloves. I need more gloves. I have to double check that we're recording. Gloves. I've dropped a teaspoon on the floor. I forget that in a bit. Right, so we will combine the milk and the flour. And that's still going to be a bit warm. So we're going to grab a wooden stick. A wooden stick, a wooden spoon. Why is today's video different, Carla? What are you doing? Well, I'm bipolar, that's what I'm doing. I'm in one of those upper moods, so I'm doing good, but we're a little bit nuts. Right. And the water yeast mixture. That stinks. Hate the smell of yeast, I really do. Right, I'm just gonna mix this all together to make a nice gloop. That's a nice gloop. And that's a lump of flour. See, this is why you should save your flour colour. You should. Right, okay then. Now we've got that all mixed together. That doesn't seem to be. Aha! Shortening. Yes. So we'll add in the shortening. Now all shortening we'll try that again. All shortening is vegetable fat. So whereas suet is typically, well, I get beef suet, which is a an animal fat, and I used to use lard in some things, and that's a pig fat. This is all vegetable. Ooh, so English muffins are vegetarian. Vegan even. There, I learn something new every day. I don't know why I didn't think there would be. I don't know. Right. Now there's enough liquid in. I can stop freaking out. So we're going to add a cup of this in. And a teaspoon of salt in. That wasn't a teaspoon. And we're going to mix this through. Yikes, get off. We're going to add another cup. So we've got 5 more cups in here. Ooh, that's warm. Toasty. That's what you do to an English muffin. As Yoda would say, toasty it is. Oh, I probably shouldn't film on days like this. Probably shouldn't, but oh well. This is what we're doing. This is where we're at. This is how we live life. So I've been working on a video that explains kind of family's mental health, if you like. Or family conditions. We'll say that. Family conditions. Because I have bipolar disorder. My husband has ADHD. My son has non-verbal core autism. My youngest son probably has ADHD. And my daughter's just a weirdo. But she knows she's a weirdo like her mama. Right, I haven't added that full 6th cup because I don't want this getting too dry. And I think it's going to. So, we're just gonna mix this all together. So, I probably will create my own recipe because 6 cups of flour is way too much. This is where I get comments and say you didn't put 6 cups in, you didn't count it properly. That's what I get for remembering Kids Saturday Morning TV. I hope I did put 6 cups in, not 7. Right, this is another one I need because some things you don't need, some you do. I'm guessing you do because you've got to punch it down later, so I'd have thought so. I'd have thought so. See, a good portion of that flour just is not mixing in. So this will become my own recipe. Alright, so we're not going to knead it for too long because we need all those air bubbles. No, kneading puts air in. I'm being silly. Alright, we're going to roll this up, we're going to let it sit. Until it doubles in size. And then we're going to roll it out. What? Ah, okay. That makes sense. It does, it does, it does. Alright, I'm going to go pour this flour out. And here we go. Alright. That's sitting there. We're going to cover this up. You haven't even been able to see what I've been doing. Okay. Well, I've been talking you through it. So, I've made a nice mess on my cooker. We're going to cover this up. We're going to let it rise and double in size. And then we'll be coming back. And we'll be going back to the stottie recipe. And we're back to the stotties. So, we've doubled in size. Lovely. And we're just going to knock it down. A little to there. And divide it in 2. Right. I'm going to make them into discs. Then we're going to come back and leave them for 10 minutes. So there we go. Not quite even, but they will do. Right. That's not going to work on there. I'm guessing that this will rise a bit more in the oven. Right. I want to be looking for about, I'll get my rolling pin back. Boy, I dropped it. This is the kind of day what happened. So you could do individual smaller stotties, but we're going with one big one because we can. Probably should put this on parchment, but oh well. And that is probably about an inch thick. About 9 inches across. It doesn't work, it doesn't work. That's where we're at. Not there. Not there. Not there. And not in there. Because it's there. See these silly things I do. Right. So we'll leave that for 10 minutes covered. So the next one out. Right, and then once again we're going to go about an inch thick. Where do you think does the best stotties? Honestly, I have my favourite, a local baker's. Begins with a G, my dears, begins with a G. And I bet you know where I'm on about. I bet you do. But they're fabulous. Alright. So, yep, about an inch thick. And again, we're going to set that over there. Right. So that's that one covered. I have a sink full of dishes waiting for me. That's fine. Right, and we're going to let these sit for 10 minutes on the back of the oven, covered so that they'll rise. Then the English muffins. That looks fabulous, doesn't it? Right. So this one, we're going to punch it down, roll it out to 1/2 inch thick, and then cut rounds out with biscuit cutter. So punch it down. We're going down, down. I get wrong for things like that. It's copyright. Yeah, it's copyright. Right. And then I need a floured surface, so I'm actually going to have to take them off of there. No, you know, I'm not. Right. This is just the space we're going to work with. And I'll get a little bit of flour. And we're going to roll it out to about 1/2 inch thick. Alright. Spin it around. Roll it the other way. Leave some more space. I'm not a tidy cook, that's for sure. Oh, dear me. Alright. Rolling pin. Nope. Alright, and then we'll see where we're at. This one. That's at about 1/2 inch thick. That is about 1/2 inch thick. Right. Cookie cutters. Where are the cookie cutters? That'll do. Wonder if that's going to be a bit big. We don't know until we know. Yeah, that's a good size. Lovely. Now, if these work out, then I think we'll be making a whole lot more for the freezer to make sandwiches with, and yum yum. And this will save me a whole load of money, because to get English muffins, you get like a pack of 5, I think it is, for about £4 odd. So it's just bread dough loaf, sell yourself. Alright. So this one we are going to, oh, we need the griddle out for these ones. Can I not oven bake them? I bet I can, you know. I don't want to griddle them. I bet I can oven bake them. Alright. Come on. Right. Make some more out of that dough there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab a couple of plates just to stick these on. Need another plate. That'll do. So I'm going to go and do a bit of research for about 10 minutes or so, just to let things kind of come back together, etc., so that I can work out if I can oven bake English muffins. I don't want to get the griddle out and have to clean it and all of that jazz. So if I can save that faff, then I will. My recipes are very, very easy to follow because I hate faff. And if you bake a lot, you know there's a lot of faff in bacon. So if I can take any of that faff out, then I'm going to. Will the taste different? Probably. But that's, at this point in time, I don't care. I want to save the faff. So that's what we're going to do. Gently squeezing these back together to form another dough, so I won't keep going. I'll let you know how many this comes out as. As I did, dough should be about ½ inch thick. It's a little bit thick on that side. Should just about get you more out of this. I think. I'll tell you what. Just gonna rip the dough, make an end of a round, and then roll it out to ½ inch thick. go. All right. Again, just till it's half an inch thick. There we go. A couple of rustic ones there. So we're getting 4, try again, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Nope, we're gonna have to try again. We can't count. We cannot count. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8. 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28 English muffins out of this. That's not bad going if you ask me. It's really not. And I'm not really sure what size cutter it is, but it's maybe 4 or 5 centimeters. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna come back. This is what happens when you forget to flip them. So that looks like an English muffin. Groovy. This one doesn't. That's because I forgot to flip it. But we're doing okay. We're doing okay. That's it. We're done. Incredible. What a day. So these ones here were in for 20 minutes. They're lovely and soft, but slightly overcooked, and I forgot to flip them. These ones were the 15 to 18 minutes. Again, really, really soft. I forgot to flip them. And then these have been in for about 14 minutes. Lovely and soft. They haven't been in for about 14 minutes. It's been in for about 13 minutes on 180. And they are absolutely perfect. They're red hot because they've just come out. But that's it. That's the day done. How fantastic is that? So, English muffins, stotty up there, and the lemon meringue pie in the background there. And then cupcakes, because we've got cupcakes left over. Delicious. Well, I will see you in the next video, and I think the next one we might be making French bread. I don't know. We'll see. French breads are definitely coming up, though. Bye.